Adequate notice of this meeting being held this 21st day of December 2023 at 7:31 p.m. has been provided in accordance with Section 3D, Chapter 231, Public Laws of 1975, commonly known as the Sunshine Law. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Muir,
Here.
Nelson, here, Key,
Yeah.
Kenny,
Here.
Lindsay,
Here.
Ogrodnik,
Here.
Decker,
Here.
Mooney, here. Thank you.
And a motion to open public comment on the agenda only.
I make that motion?
All second. All in favor? Aye. Comments about the agenda? Motion to close.
Motion to close.
All second. All in favor?
Aye.
A motion to adopt regular and executive session minutes of December 7th, 2023.
I make a motion to adopt regular and executive session minutes of December 7th, 2023.
All second. All in favor?
Aye.
And a motion to adopt resolution 2023.107, municipal alliance.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2023.107 for the municipal alliance.
This is for alcoholism and drug abuse for the second. Oh, second. All in favor?
Aye.
A motion to adopt 2023.108, 2024 joint bid procurement and maintenance and repair materials in M&R.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2023.108, the procurement of the maintenance and repair materials.
The second. Second. All in favor? Aye. Resolution 2023.109, authorizing transfer of appropriation reserves during the last 2 months of the year.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2023.109, authorizing transfer of appropriation reserves during the last 2 months of the year.
Second, and just for the record, we're transferring from engineering services, $10,395, planning board, $9,000, workers' compensation insurance, $2,437. So we're taking money from those 3 line items and transferring them to technology in the amount of $5,300, liability insurance in the amount of $2,437, buildings and grounds, $3,500, gasoline, $500, public information committee, $70, telephone costs, $525, municipal court, $9,500, for a total transfer of $21,832. You can have a roll call vote, please.
Muir,
Yes.
Nelson? Yes. Keith,
Yeah.
Kenny,
Yeah.
Lindsay.
Yes. Thank you. And resolution 2023.110, granting permissions for the sale and tasting of alcoholic beverages at the 2024 Heritage Market.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2023.110, granting permissions for the sale and tasting of alcoholic beverages at the 2024 Heritage Market.
Second. Second. And that would be limited to between the dates of June 5th, 2024 to September 25th, 2024, from the times of 4:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. All in favor?
Aye.
I have a motion to pay all bills in the amount of $89,633.22.
I make a motion to pay the bills in those amounts.
I'll second that motion. I just want to confirm that that's included in 2023 payments to Pat Verify.
Yeah, under the wire transfer?
Yes.
So confirm that's in there.
I'm sorry?
So that's confirming that they got the unit district.
It was wired to.
Okay.
So yeah.
The 2023 funds in the amount of $41,444 were transferred. Roll call vote for that, please.
Keith,
Yeah.
Kenny,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Nelson? Yes. Muir?
Yes. Report of municipal engineer.
Okay, kind of a year-end wrap up. As I mentioned at the last meeting, the stormwater pollution prevention plan, as part of the for permit, was filed with, we did file that with DEP. By getting that in before the end of the year, that should release the balance of the grant that they provided, so we should be getting, the town should be getting the $50,000 balance of that shortly. Also, the Heritage Park DCA. That's been closed out, they authorized payment this week, so we should be getting the balance of that grant. I think it's 20 or 35, 36,000, something like that. Brunswick Pike is completed. There are some things that we're putting together a punch list. There was some stuff that they were doing today with touching up some gravel. We did have some walkout from the storm on Monday. We're also going to take a look at that. We'll work with DPW as well. They will be submitting their final payment request, which will be on in January. They will be holding back the portion of the contract with regards to site restoration, because they acknowledge that in the spring, they're gonna have to come back in and make sure that the seed takes everything given the time. We are 2/3 of the way through on the Ludlow Station Road speed study. We had 3 locations set up. One at the, both ends, in the middle on the steeper section. So we should have those results going into the new year, and we'll make recommendations as far as people on Ludlow. And finally, I have a draft from your desk of the application for the Island Grant for stormwater management. And that pretty much wraps up Peter.
I know, just, Ludlow was still gonna be needed, but, New Jersey Transit was out and started some work on the bridge. They couldn't specify exactly what it was, and they still don't have a timeline, but their representative did reach out by email. I didn't send it to you because there was no update as to what it actually was. But they're trying to, address it sooner than later.
All right, any feedback on the detour signage or anything like that? Is that been?
Other than,
I heard one sign disappear.
the one sign, yeah, I still don't like that.
Those sign disappear.
The rest has been fine, but I haven't seen anything,
Not a lot of reports keep going up.
there's been no picking it around.
I haven't seen much going on there, so I've heard much.
All right.
Yeah, that's. I like this one. I don't think we need Tom for anything else, so. Okay, if there's any questions before Tom, your excuse.
Well, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody. It's been a pleasure, and look forward to doing this again next year. Take care.
It's you here.
Tom, take care.
Report of motions.
Hello, everyone. Good to see everybody. Sorry I missed the meeting earlier this month. So I want to start off by saying Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Hope everybody in this town, as well as the council, has a safe and happy holiday season.
You too.
The month of November, the Perryville Barracks took 9 investigation reports. Those include drug and paraphernalia arrests, as well as warrant arrests, criminally under the influence arrests. So there is across the New Jersey a spike in drug, in particular, influence driving arrests. So not just seeing alcohol with the passing of marijuana and other illegal substances that are out there, we're seeing a rise in that. So that did happen this month, as well as a gun arrest. So I am proud to say that for the second month in Bethlehem Township here, that your troopers in the local barracks are getting drugs and guns off the street. I'm also very proud to say that within this month, this is the second time I'm stating that in. So the troopers are out there working hard for you, trying to get things that are not supposed to be in the streets and things that are supposed to be happening off the streets. So they're doing a great job. We took 24 operations, general policing reports. Medicals are up. Just kind of 'tis the season for that, but a myriad of different things. We deal with the juveniles in the town, in the house. We all know a couple times, a couple animal complaints, things of that nature. And then we took 17 crash reports this month as well. Mostly on 78. We've had a couple in the area, but mostly on 78. I do want to go a couple quick things. So I've kind of been saying this to each one of the towns I'm speaking with. Check on your senior community. So in the dog days of summer and in the cold months of winter is when the senior community is really susceptible to medical issues. So I'm gonna, if you're putting out anything out to the public, if you're, talking to each other at home, be sure to check on your senior community during the holiday season, during the winter season in particular. Also, our troopers have been, very active this month, and not just this time, but all the towns we cover with medical assists. Suicides are up during this time of the year as well. So again, if you have those folks at home that you know need a little bit of help, make sure you give them a call, check on this time of year. We're obviously there for the emergency aspect of it, as well as your awesome EMS services that you have here, by the way. But check on them as well, because we are seeing that being up as kind of part of the season. Last but not least, credit card frauds are up. It's just one of those things, so I keep it out there. I know, thank you for giving me an audience with your senior community here to discuss, the only time your bank card should be coming out is at the bank or a trusted ATM source. A lot of folks get a little bit of trouble when they pull out their bank card, so it says Visa, if it's tied to your bank account, that's tied to your actual money, your real live money, not a credit card. And so unfortunately, it's happened in a couple different towns. It didn't happen this time this month, December. I'm still waiting for the stats to come through, so hopefully it doesn't, but I cannot stress enough, your bank card should be coming out at the bank, hopefully bank only, or trusted retailers. Last but not least, inclement weather, it's coming. So please be safe on the roads. We've gotten lucky so far. As far as some of the F word, I won't say it out loud. I know we did have a lot of flooding here the other day, so I was happy to see Bethlehem recover really quickly from that. Again, I think that's a huge testament to DPW, emergency services, that's phenomenal. Some towns weren't as lucky, so inclement weather's coming, so please just be ready, be aware. Again, I'm sure DPW, and I know EMS and emergency services in there be all over it, but again, from the state police, from the state barracks, we wish you all happy, healthy, safe holiday season. If you need us for anything, please give us a call. We're here to help, but any questions from the council or from anybody here?
Couple quick questions.
Yeah.
Like the drug arrest and the gun arrest, were those off 78, or those off local streets? Do you know?
78.
Okay.
Well, a little bit of both, a little bit of both.
Okay.
I can't go into too much.
I understood. And, I don't know, I know there was some residents complaining, I guess there were some more issues with, the other night, on Mine Road with the house. And state police without searching, and is there anything about that?
So, yes, I got wind of that. I don't have all the specifics on that. I know that's still,
And
I can't say a whole lot about it right now, is what it comes down to. So I have a little bit of knowledge on it right now, and I can't say a whole lot about it.
understood.
It's an executive session topic
Okay.
as well regarding the home. I will put in a formal request, but you mentioned animal complaints. We're looking at our animal ordinance, and part of how we gauge what we're doing was whether, what complaints came in, and not a lot of them are coming into zoning. I know they're coming to you because of the noise and good order ordinance. So-
Actually, our animal complaints this month were 2 deer that were just flopping around, so.
Okay, it's good to know.
Yeah, no, not a lot of dogs getting loose and people having issues, no bites, nothing like that came through this month. Yeah, no, actually, Bethlehem's actually great when it comes to that. Some of the towns, we have some complaints that happens.
Okay, so this we're trying to gauge.
No, you guys are great, no.
Make appropriate judgments,
No, it's animal complaints in like Union Township, Bethlehem Township, usually just deer flopping around. Like got hit by something, and we gotta come take care of it, so it actually works out pretty good.
Any questions?
No question.
No, hey, thank you, everybody. Please be safe.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Thank you, so pass
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other response agencies? Would you like to, no? Under all business, just a reminder that 2024 reorganization meeting will be held on Thursday, January 4th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. Zoom meeting access information will be posted on the township website. Under new business is the report of municipal clerk, which was emailed to us, report of township attorney.
The only thing new to report is, we're working on the acquisition of our parcel, with the open space funds, known as the Culbertson property. And we should have, we've been working with the contract with the seller. The seller is a trust, that's being managed by a fund. So not, not as easy as you're a local resident that wants to do it. They've hired a Dave Pitney firm and we've gone back and forth quite a bit with them. But luckily, most of that, the heavy lift was done by Hunterdon Land Trust, as we spoke last week. The township's gonna use, it's gonna be 50, we're responsible for the surveying, just some of the title searching, some of the soft costs. So right now, we need to hire the surveyor, survey it, and firm up the exact amount of acreage that we'll be preserving. It's approximately 160 acres. So that's the next step. We anticipate finalizing our contract with the seller's estate in the next few weeks, and then I would say in January we should have a resolution, and we can move forward with that acquisition. We do have access, which was one of the issues that we spoke about last week, due to some good foresight with the Autobahn property, which is adjacent. Beautiful piece of property, goes almost all the way down to, it's bordered all the way down to Bethlehem, to Route 78 and all the way to Bloomsbury, and goes up the hill. So it's going to be a pretty large acquisition of some steep slope land for permanent preservation. So, and it's not going to cost the municipality, more than a small amount of funds for kind of some of the soft costs. So that's what we're working on. We resolved our litigation. We have no pending tax appeals. We have one pending lawsuit at the moment. And the courts they're not hearing cases. They're not hearing what this would be called a prerogative case. They're not hearing these cases at the moment. We're told that this vicinage 13 is going to start hearing cases probably at the end of the year, but there's probably, no, 2024, but we're probably at the back of the line for that. So other than that, it's really been quiet from a legal perspective. So all good news.
An impression. Report of Health and Safety Coordinator, Mr. Lindsay.
Spoke with Jen, and got the defib up and working in the new beds, right? That's all
The
set.
one there,
And the other one, you were saying that we're gonna get the letter from the company, the doctor's approval. The doctor said ready to go. Really not much else going on. Couple storms here, that's what a brush pad does. We survived pretty well, so I've been talking with Amy from JCK and all the time. And in touch with Jackie, kept me posted, said there's nothing going on. So not the see how it goes. And our white Christmas is now gonna be what Christmas?
Like every other weekend. Yep. Yeah. Report of Finance Coordinator, it's myself and Mr. Kenny, other than working on the 2024 budget, and the lack of tax appeals and the tax sale went off as well, but there's no major updates from a finance standpoint as we prepare for 2024. Report of Land Use Coordinator, Ms. Nelson.
Yeah, just a couple of quick things. You already mentioned about the animal ordinance. Planning board did discuss that briefly, a couple of weeks ago, as well as the first read through of the re-exam of the master plan, which will be probably the biggest task the board will undertake next year, along with the animal ordinance and maybe the home-based business ordinance. Kind of tighten some of that up. Got it.
Very good. I think it's just, I said planning board has been spending time on what I would say good planning.
Yes,
Yeah,
a lot of
do that.
planning has been taking place. There's been a lack of applications this year. There was just one.
Yes.
Same with the septic systems. They kind of all failed at once. There was a lot of them at one point, but that's slowed down as turnover has slowed down.
Report of governing body members, Mr. Kenny.
I just want to say, I went out after the storm and I did the trail. Park. 0.8 miles from the beginning of the farm out. Now there's a big tree that came down and across the trail a little bit. Ran to get it right trail. There's a couple of smaller ones that don't really block the trail. But we'll say, all in all, after the storm, there was some good flooding down by the river, but it was almost all seeded when I got down there. So other than that, very good, except for the one big tree.
So there's no hurdle traffic.
I'm just having fun. Other than that, I just want to say, the end of the first year, So I hope everybody's appreciative. I'm very appreciative of the committee and everybody who's here, and staff and all the professionals that we had. It was a very well done year, very professionally, orchestrated, very professionally administered. And I thought it was, good to be back this year and last year, to a semblance of professional committee. I have the residents understand and how proud they should be of how you did your job.
Thank you for sharing that with for everybody. Lindsay?
Nothing to report. I did my early meeting, but I do have a long day, I guess, on litigation. For example.
Mr. Pugh?
Before I get, I got one personnel and 2 litigation for exec. And nothing really going on. You just stole my thunder because I was gonna say the same thing. This is really cool working, all of us getting along, everybody's got their own opinion. I've always been the bad guy, but and we're all working together. I'm really happy. We're all doing this for the town. I'm very, I'm not gonna say proud, but I'm really happy shit's happening the way it's happening. So I'm very happy about that. So we're all getting along and we're getting good things done for the town. The only thing that's really going on is I was talking to Jeff, because he calls me all the time now, anything that's going on. He said he went and looked at the new truck today and there's a few things he's got to tweak out a little bit. So in 2 weeks, we're gonna take delivery on the truck. He's in constant contact with Carl, so they've been walking back and forth and they're happy about the truck, just another 2 weeks, a couple things they gotta change. And as far as DPW going, we're good with how they respond to the storms. Like, this one wasn't bad at all, but they still had to do all the road checks and everything. I think there was one big tree down on Fox Farm. Other than that, just a few branches here and there, but we did good with this storm, so I'm gonna give a lot of credit for DPW. They're right on track and everything's happening really good. And the staff here, another one a year, I'm stealing your thunder too, but I had things that had to be taken care of today with land and stuff like that. The girls in the office just really take care of me. Like it was a regular town resident, like they take care of anybody else. So they really do their job great around here. So Merry Christmas to everybody and thank you for everything. So that's it.
Thank you.
Hey, Steve, just real fast, just let Jeff know if we have any major events coming up, like where they have to clear out roadways, any damages, county wants pictures taken right there at the scene.
Okay.
So if they have any issues, tell them to take a couple cell phone photos for me.
Yeah.
That's all, it's the new thing they want to put in there, like reports.
Like, what's a major issue you need, like?
In other words, have you had a lot of trees down with roads, where they had to clear out the break in the road, just take pictures of the big trees, watch out at the park or the catch,
Yeah.
kind of like what we had in Warren, Idaho and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
okay.
You just want pictures ahead of time now to submit with the original,
I'll let you know.
public request.
I don't know what else to say after all of that, but thank you for a great 2024 to the committee, to the residents. I mean, 2023, man, I just said 2024, where am I? So.
Already?
Already, so you know what, with that said, let's get into 2024 and have a great year next year. That's it.
Thank you. So anything, administrator report?
A few things, we're gonna be getting a new floor, in 2 weeks. So we'll have a new floor out there. I don't know if anyone's noticed that the walls were painted and the trim will be painted next week.
There was attached to the volunteer awards. We wanted to see if anybody noticed and nobody.
So, we have that done, and we're getting the new furnace for the DPW garage that has been ordered, and then, what Paul Lindsay had said about the defibrillator at Heritage Park, we're working on getting, we need a doctor to sign off to get that, so we're getting that. Judy and I have been doing employee evaluations, so we just have a couple more to go through. And I have 3 personnel for executive and 1 contract. Oh, and the faucet in the kitchen is broken. Jeff, I don't know if you're on there or not, but we need a new faucet for the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay.
You let Jeff know.
Yeah, I'll let them know tomorrow. I got calls in the morning.
We have that cracking, just pull it right out.
Actually, Steve, you said you can call in the morning. We are technically closed tomorrow. We're technically closed.
He calls me at home.
Tell me, as long as it's not leaking.
It's not leaking.
So you can wait till Tuesday to fix it, just let them know.
But I didn't know he'd be on there.
Not an emergency.
He won't say who broke it.
That's a move over there.
Board Mayor, I had one request, so our Eagle Scout had come before us to put up a new sign, and he's been doing some fundraising, but he's falling a little short on whatever the cost of the sign kit is. So he's asking if we would be able to authorize about, well, I'd say I would say not to exceed $2,500. He's raised $650 of a $3,000 spend for that sign, come from open space, but has to request it from the committee if you're willing to make that contribution. I'm gonna request that you continue to raise funds, because he's not gonna be putting it in now anyway, but that's why for those not to exceed, keep requesting that you keep working towards a greater goal.
This is where it's signing for.
Heritage Park, where the Eagle Lid came in and,
The trail map,
yes,
what's on, that's right, it's the,
2,500. I have a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second,
I'll second that.
and then roll call vote.
I just want to confirm that it will come out of the open space,
Space.
right? So maybe just change the motion, the money, clear, we have to.
Then I took $2,500 from open space.
You gonna give this money now?
It's taking down the old
The broken down,
broken kiosk that's down there for the trail markers and things, and putting up a new one.
Heritage Park,
Yeah, one over by the,
Yeah,
the playground.
yeah.
well, there's nothing on it. Right now.
The big one.
There's a big one, the outdoor portion, but there's another one.
Oh, yeah, it's not like, well, it's
Except that, because I helped him put that in, that's broken, right?
It's not the outdoor.
Yeah, the little one, I think.
Yeah, the little,
Uh,
I think he's gonna do a QR code with it too, and some other stuff.
Yeah, I'm in for that.
Okay.
Let them know I'll offer to come down and dig the holes, we can put in holes.
Well done.
Keith,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes,
Muir.
Yes. Another park, we had a request about due to the flooding, potentially creating an ice rink in Heritage Park. So garnered some traction, so I figured I might as well mention, I'm looking at our attorney and insurance, so I will say we're not, for those who had asked, we did take some time, but we're not optimistic on the ability, we wouldn't be able to do with what's there anyway, it would have to be some sort of formalized system, so we're not, most likely not gonna be able to do that, but I did want to at least acknowledge we spent some time.
If we do get one, who drives the same voting?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I just didn't want to glaze over that since we had some good job about it. And then, just two things that it will impact, Bethlehem Township. One is in a positive manner. The Open Public Records Act will be most likely updated before the end of the lame duck session. And there's some good highlights. I was on a call with the league and the conference of mayors this week, and both organizations support this. So for those who make public records requests and understand what they are, they'll be changing. So no more anonymous requests. Repetitive and frivolous requests will also be denied. Clerks will no longer face personal penalties for any violations. Blanket open requests for accident reports will be eliminated. Only those part of the accident can be included. With regard to commercial requests, no data mining will be allowed in the future. Commercial requests will be extended to 21 days as opposed to the current 7-day. The other thing that's interesting is the township can then charge for their time to do that, so it's no longer the flat fee, so that the residents aren't paying for these commercial requests. There's a list of documents that are now exempt from Oprah will be expanded. So there's a lot, but just kind of hitting some highlights that I know have come up in our meetings over the past year. Social media posts from the government entity will also be exempt, so anything that anybody posts on their personal and or municipal pages are exempt from Oprah. Dog license requests are specifically exempt. No agency is responsible to respond for open requests directly to maintained by another agency. So if somebody comes to us looking for tax records from the county, we no longer have to respond to those requests. And then there's one other, but I think that's the biggest updates on what is there. So I think it'll help our clerk's office. These are supported by the New Jersey Municipal Clerks Association and the New Jersey Conference of Mayors and the League of Municipalities. So it was introduced today in the legislature. I'm sure it'll be passed. The lame duck session goes to January 8th. So I know it's a little unique that our year ends December 31st, but the current legislature can vote on things till January 8th, which brings me to the second point, which is the scary thing, that they can vote till January 8th, because an affordable housing bill was introduced as well Monday for review, and it's 70 pages long. I will forward it to the rest of the committee. I said I'd do that yesterday. I haven't had a chance to do it, but it's challenging at best. We were hoping to have more of a chance to respond to it. We're hoping that it doesn't go through as quickly as the 8th, but just again, just a few highlights that are concerning is it would change the credit system that we now get, where we retain credits like a 2-for-1 or 3-for-1. It reduces the opportunities for those, so it would increase the actual obligation on the township. It extends the deed restriction from 20 years to 30 years, and it also reduces some of the age restrictions. So essentially, it puts more responsibility on the township to build more housing going forward. It's also going to codify Jacobson's methodology for the numbers, which was used last round, which was be challenging at best for municipalities. And it officially abolishes COA finally, which was never done, and shifts some of those responsibilities to the DCA, but still keeps it in the courts. So there would be a special court master, and rather than each vicinage, there would only be 3 regions: the north, central, and south special master. Oddly enough, there was mention of 16 million in funding, which, if you divide that by the number of municipalities, it's about $28,000 for each municipality to comply. So it's not any help at all. And right in the bill, we need to calculate our need by November 15th of 2024. We need to have a binding resolution to determine the number of housing by January 31st, 2025, which is extremely challenging as for those of us who have been through this before. So the larger organizations representing municipalities, the league and the conference, have been trying to, at best, delay this. I think there's some good steps as far as eliminating COA, but we need to make sure that these other pieces are not in place, because it make it very challenging for, especially a township like Bethlehem, to meet. So I will continue to work and monitor that. I am still the current president of the Conference of Mayors, so very active in that. So it's been a busy week for me outside of this office, trying to fight these things that negatively impact Bethlehem Township. And then with that, I have one potential litigation and one well, I say 2 potential litigation. And those 2 executive, and then again, I would just like to reiterate, I was chair, but I think this has been a very smooth year, and I think it's because of the ability of us to all work together. And I really do appreciate our municipal staff doing an amazing job in all aspects. Everything is smooth. Residents are always having wonderful things to share, which is great to hear. And I agree. I don't know. What'd you say, Steve? We keep our shit together or something? I don't know. We're trying to.
Oh, you're cursing now, I guess.
It's my Christmas gift to you. So we did resolution. Yeah, we did all work together. So it's been a joy, and I look forward to 2024 doing the same, and hopefully continuing to have a positive impact for the future of Bethlehem Township. So with that, can I have a motion to open for public comment?
Make a motion to open a public comment.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any public comment? Motion to close public comment.
I'll make a motion to close public comment.
Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye is the tough part. I have a motion to enter executive session for 5 litigation, 4 personnel, and 1 contract.
No decisions will be made.
No, I don't think there are. So we'll state that, so no decisions will be made.
I make a motion to go into executive session.
All second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Lou, you can, yeah, shut that down. But thank you for coming out tonight.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy.
Everyone get-